Welcome to
Dear Friends and Dead Ends. My name is Cody.
And my name is Ashley. Cases may contain graphic details, explicit language, and very bad puns. And while you're getting set up, I have a question.
Okay.
So,
No, I'm set up.
Oh, great. Well, that's fine. So, DMX is going to give a pregnancy talk. What is he going to say?
DMX is going to go to pregnancy talk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sex gonna give it to you.
That is so stupid.
You are so welcome. You're still laughing.
Yeah, no, that's real dumb. I mean, I clearly liked it, but
I mean, it wasn't meant to be the joke of the year. I just thought it up and I was like, yes, let's write this down.
that's fair.
Immediately.
I get it. Is that the first thing they're going to hear this episode?
Yes.
Good. I hope it just opens with you being like literally, I want you to make that the opening. Okay. It's just that joke.
I would just do that joke and then play the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. You're just going to be like, nope, unsubscribe.
Right.
I'll take my money back. Thank you.
This episode comes out and we lose all our Patreons.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day to anyone who is a father, because today is Father's Day that we're recording.
Yep. If if you've ever ejaculated into a woman and created life, congrats, guys. But also father figures.
Correct.
And
even of cats.
Yeah, doesn't have to be biological. Mm-hmm. We'd prefer that you aren't the parent to someone you've kidnapped.
Oh God.
So I mean, if you kidnapped, if you stole a child and now you have them call you dad, today is not for you. I just want to go on record and say that. I felt it was
with a smile, apparently. You idiot.
I just am I the only one that has the thing where like I'll be talking and it's coming out of my mouth and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I mean, I know when I'm talking, like a lot of people think what's wrong with him, but I mean, like, are you ever you personally in the process of like saying something and as you're saying it, you're like, the fuck?
Yes, my DMX joke.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't put into number the amount of times that I'm like talking and I'm like, why?
When you just surprise yourself and you're like, oh wow, this is where we're at. Great. Yeah. All right. Well, good talk, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Cool. Bye. So I'm going first, right?
That is correct.
All right. Me.
So did you also inhale some beer?
No.
I would love to not be the only one.
All right.
Serious face.
3 friends were walking along the Willamette River in Oregon. They came upon a burlap sack floating in the water. The friends thought it was a, quote, sack of drowned kittens.
That was their first thought?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
I don't like these people. That was their first thought.
Okay. Oh, well, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but this is back in the 40s.
Okay. That changes everything.
No, that was like a pretty common way to get rid of litters of kittens. You'd put them all
No,
in a
no,
yeah,
no.
puppies too.
That doesn't make it better.
Oh no, I'm not saying, I'm not like
Mm,
advocating this. I'm just saying that like in olden times they would be like, ah, shit, my dog got pregnant. You can't have like a dog abortion.
literally shooting them would be better than that.
Yeah, I mean, but
It
like,
would, it's still horrible, but it would
well,
be, at least they wouldn't suffer.
well, yeah, but then you have to suffer knowing you killed a litter of.
Um, mm, oh, so we're letting nature take the fall on this one.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because we got off
I
the
did not
rails
realize you were going
real.
to open with this.
We got off the rails real quick. But what I'm saying is, if you have to get rid of like a dozen kittens, if you put them in a bag and throw them
No,
in the river,
no,
that feels more detached than if you have to look each one of them in the eyes and shoot them.
no. Wait till they look the other way.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, I'm not. I
I'm
would
happy we have
never.
that on record. No, you have to shoot the
Wouldn't.
kitten in the back.
I would never say do that. But
Well, yeah, no,
if
neither would
the
I.
kitten has to die, like she's
All right, so they thought it was a bag of.
there are no dead kittens. It's fine.
They thought it was a sack of drowned kittens. Yeah, it's just a person. So here's the thing: they opened the bag
Yeah.
and found it was actually a woman's torso.
No,
But you see a bag
Hmm.
and you think it's a bag of drowned kittens, and you're
Yes.
like, I got to take a peek in there. Why the fuck did they open that?
Curiosity.
If no,
I wouldn't.
I'm a curious dude, and like
Cody.
that sounded suspect. I'm a curious boy.
Save that
And
for Cody's kinky corner.
and if I thought like it, no, it, like what I'm saying is like if I was driving down the street and I see a box and it's labeled like human shit, I'm not gonna run over and be like, oh my god, I think there's human shit in here. Better take a peek. I don't understand why they opened the bag.
I mean, there wasn't a sign on it, but yeah.
So they opened it. They found it was actually a woman's torso, bagged with an overcoat, long underwear, and a dark sweater.
Wait,
as
they were in the bag, or the torso was still clothed?
No. It's in the bag with the torso.
Okay.
The torso is naked.
Okay.
As it was April 12th, 1946, this attire seems strange as it probably would not be cold out. The bag had a few weights in it that clearly didn't do what they were intended to, and had been tied shut by being bound with wire and rope.
Okay.
So the following day, two fishermen who read about the discovery on the river remembered something strange. At least a month prior, close to 6 miles down the river, they had seen a burlap sack that actually matched that same description.
And they were just like, oh, there it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, it said it was stuck in an eddy or an eddy, which
I'm thinking, yeah.
I didn't know what that was, but it's apparently when the current is going quick enough that like it actually makes like one of those little tornadoes, water tornadoes.
Okay.
But anything that gets caught in that just kind of stays there because it's working against the current.
Okay. I got you.
So they had seen this burlap sack just spinning around in this water tornado, and they were like, that's fucking weird. But they weren't like those other creeps, and were like, oh, it's probably dead kittens. Let's go stare at it. So they just were like, oh, that's a bag. We'll leave it there. But then they remembered it, and they go back to where they had previously seen it. They pulled the bag from the water and discovered that their assumption was correct. In the sack, Also wrapped with wire and rope and containing the same type of weights, they found both arms without hands, just the arms.
Look, Ma, no, I'm not gonna say it. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Look, Ma, no hands.
Maybe
And
this was a human being. Okay, continue.
And a right thigh.
Oh boy. They
Checked that thigh.
great job.
And because the thigh wasn't connected to anything else, it was probably much easier to check it.
I just went along with that. Okay. Should have known that was gonna be stupid.
But someone was murdered.
Correct. And we're missing the right thigh, which cannot be checked because
The left thigh.
Found. Correct. Wait, what?
They found the right thigh.
Oh, but
they're
not the
missing
wrong one.
The left thigh. Correct. Yes. Accurate.
You should not be allowed to do this. Okay, continue.
They called the police. The cops came out and searched the surrounding area, didn't find anything else. But the cops did actually end up taking plaster cast of some of the footprints near the site where the body parts were found.
Nice. At least they got footprints.
Right. So about 3 months later, in July of the same year, the left thigh was found floating by itself, not in a bag, under the Oregon City Bridge.
Well, that's an interesting sight.
Right? Can you imagine just like walking across a bridge and you see a fucking human thigh just hanging out?
Or if you were going to go like, play Pooh Sticks, aka Winnie the Pooh, or you drop the pine cones. I know someone out there and watch Winnie the Pooh also.
You can't just say we're going to go play Pooh Sticks.
That's
like
why
it's fucking normal.
I immediately said Winnie the Pooh, so there would be a reference.
Mm-hmm.
Although that would be an excellent segue to don't be a shit stick. Bam, what?
Okay.
Either way.
All right, I'll allow it.
It involves a bridge, by the way, the game. So that's why it made sense.
If you say so. Under that bridge. On the 29th of July, the Albany Democrat Herald printed that bundles of female clothes were found floating in the Clappin Ass River. Clappin Ass, yeah. No, every single time. Clappin Ass.
The Clappin Ass River.
So the cops now thought that maybe they were connected, right? And that the killer used two rivers to dispose of everything. So that the research made it like a big deal that they're like, oh my God, are these things connected? Yeah. Why the fuck wouldn't they be? You find a bunch of shit floating in different rivers. They're still like.
It is highly probable, but not necessarily an exact science.
I mean, I get that, but also like. So, September of 1946, quote, what appeared to be fragments of a human scalp, end quote,
my God,
were found close to Willamette Falls.
Not a skull, but the scalp.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just fragments of the fucking scalp.
I'm just thinking of Inglourious Bastards now, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So, October 13th, 1946. Oh, I forgot about the stupid joke. Okay. Yeah, okay. October 36th. No, fuck. I am. I hope you leave all of this in. I'm having a rough time.
Score in October 36.
October 13th, 1946. A married couple was walking along the river close to where the torso had originally been found.
Yeah.
They found another bag. This one contained the victim's head. No hands or feet were ever found.
Oh, it's not good.
So can you imagine like going on a nighttime romantic walk with your significant other and you're like, hey, no one's around. Maybe you could give me a little head.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. So dumb. I don't know why I'm laughing.
So that was unfortunate.
Yeah. I had to hear that joke.
All right, that's fair. All right. So
we're even now with the jokes. Okay.
Ray Rylance, the coroner.
Ray Rylance?
Yeah.
That sounds like a villain name.
It does. Rilance. Rylance.
All right.
Relanke?
Or like Scooby-Doo trying to pronounce violence.
Violence.
Rylance. Raggy. There's some Rylance.
Ray Rylance, the coroner. Coroner. Am I saying that word right? Nothing feels real. Jesus Christ. The coroner. Coroner? What the fuck? Am I trying to say corridor? I'm having a rough one.
The coroner.
The coroner for the Clappin Ass County Police Department
Clappin Ass
said the victim seemed to be teenage to early 20s and about 115 pounds.
They're always lightweight. I just
And also noted that the killer had done a quote rather neat job, at least knew where the joints were, end quote.
Yes, let's compliment them. That's what we should do.
So like, but the thing that kills me is
great
like,
job, you psychopath.
Like, how do you not know where the joints are? It's fucking where your arm bends.
I mean,
like,
men still can't find the G spot, so I mean, it's
okay.
Not all.
We're talking about a bend in your arm compared to some mythical thing that women made up.
It's not the Odyssey. Like, you really. Wow.
The coroner. Fuck. Why did I put that word in here again? The coroner
can't find that either. So
could not come up with anything more specific or even a cause of death.
Only compliments to the guy.
Right. Yeah. Just yeah. Dude, killed it. I'm so sorry to everyone.
We try to find that line. Yeah. No.
Like I say I'm sorry, but I'm actually not.
I try to find the line of adding a little bit of lightness to some really rough things to talk about. And then there's this asshole.
Who? Me? I'm the asshole?
Yeah.
That's okay. Fair enough. So Dr. Warren Hunter, a pathologist from the University of Oregon, Oregon? I need a fucking nap. Also examined the body. His findings were quite different.
Oh boy.
He said the victim was close to 50 years old.
Whoa.
And 140 to 150 pounds in weight.
That is a very different.
Yeah, it's significant. The victim also wore dentures, which the other.
Well,
what?
No, continue. No.
Well, no, I mean, like that's. I don't.
What?
I don't know.
Why are you laughing? Do dentures make you laugh?
I think I had something to say, but it just didn't happen.
That's never happened to you before.
So the victim wore dentures, which seems like a pretty big thing that a coroner would have figured out the first time.
I mean, he was too busy with the joints.
Right.
Any variation of that intended.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, and there were burns on the victim's back, which led them to believe that she had been tortured before being killed.
No. Oh.
So, this is all weird. It took overall 6 months for everything that was found of this person to be found.
Right.
And they didn't have any leads on anything. They weren't even sure who this person was. They referred to it as the Willamette River Jane Doe.
Yeah, they want to call it the Clappin Ass.
Yeah, Clappin Ass.
We all know how dancers get referred to in the society, so it wasn't really gonna.
Jane Doe be clapping ass.
Did they find her? You know what? We're gonna.
Huh? But yeah, that's part of your torso, right?
Yep. I thought about that afterwards. Either way, let's continue before we disgrace ourselves anymore.
So it was just never solved.
Right.
Basically done. In 2004, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office officially reopened the case, but had no new information. In 2017, it was revealed that a lot of the evidence that had originally been discovered hadn't been made public, hadn't really been disclosed to any of the actual detectives working the case, and had somehow just disappeared during the 1950s.
What?
So it was on record. It's on all their inventory checklist bullshit.
Yeah.
And then sometime in the 1950s, they're like, oh yeah, that's not here anymore.
They have it documented, but it's not being held anymore. And the detectives investigating the case were not told of said evidence.
Right. So that's weird, right?
There are many words. Yeah, weird is one of them.
The woman's identity was obviously never discovered, nor was the murderer. Although the leading theory that was brought forward by crime writers J.D. Chandler and Joshua Fisher is pretty goddamn interesting. So they came forth and said they believe the victim is actually a woman named Anna Schrader.
Okay.
Anna was accused of having an affair with a police lieutenant named William Bruning. So
weird.
Both Anna and William were married to other people. So they were having an affair together, cheating on their respected significant others.
They don't respect them at all, in my opinion.
Correct.
Okay.
In 1929, Anna and William had a serious fight to the point where a gun was fired.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
Detective?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. Yep.
It doesn't say if Anna or William fired the gun, but allegedly it was Anna because William tackled her to make sure no one got shot. And in tackling her, actually broke quite a few of her ribs.
God damn.
And then, just before the remains were discovered in 1946.
Yeah, that's a long time that they've been having this affair.
Right?
Oh my God.
Oregonian? Oregonian? Oregonian.
Stop it.
Oregonian ran a missing persons report on Anna as she had disappeared. She had mentioned to friends that she was thinking of moving to Minnesota, but no records could be found of a move or a death in either state, Oregon or Minnesota. So
when did she say she was leaving?
And she said she was leaving in 1946, and then overnight she disappeared. and there's no state records of her ever being in Minnesota. There's no death certificate. There's no record of her death. So it sure does sound like maybe the guy she was having an affair with killed her, and he was a police officer, and they covered it up.
No way.
Right?
Police don't do that. They
That's
don't
a
cover
good
up
point.
crime.
Yes.
Corruption? I don't think so.
Yeah. But that's all I got.
Not in such a fine institution such as criminal justice.
When we were at the liquor store yesterday, there was 3 cops surrounding a car and searching through it because the person, well, this is what the dude in the liquor store told me, so I mean, it's hearsay, I don't know. Apparently
Possibly.
the car had a tail light out, so 3 cops show up. I don't know, that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Like, do you have nothing else to do, or do you have nothing else to do? I just feel like that's what happens most of the time when there's 3 of you. 3 of you.
3 of them.
Man, ridiculous. How many showed up when that woman jumped the curb?
Just the one. Wait, the woman jumped the curb.
Yeah, no. The woman that was
the old lady that fell down.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other woman that almost ran her over.
Yeah, just one.
Clearly, we're not concerned about safety here.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe now. So dumb.
See ya.
Jesus. All right. So after your super long case, let's see, what do I have? I have a headline. I know that. And it's not one that we can really...
was that...
What?
Was my case not long enough?
I have no idea. It's fine. I have no idea how much time it actually took because I have no idea when we stopped the other thing.
I felt like that was a decent amount of time.
Cody, it's fine. Stop being self-conscious.
I can't help it. I'm bald and short.
Oh, but your ego is very tall. Very tall.
Fits in this big head of mine.
Yes. Okay. So, so they never found her hands or her feet.
Right.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But like, I don't know. Fish could have eaten her feet.
Is that one of those moments where you realize how dumb it was when you said it?
Yeah. I don't know why I said fish and not wild animals.
Those goddamn fish, man.
It's not like...
They'd be eating everybody's hands.
They're not on the fucking Amazon River. There's no piranhas and shit. It's like... Just... Can you talk more? God damn it.
I know, I was gonna let this ride.
Oh, shit.
You gotta be careful when you drink when you get older, guys, because sometimes it really bites you in the ass. Look out the Clappin Ass River.
Yeah.
The next day.
Clappin Ass.
Yeah, you better watch out for the fish at that Clappin Ass River.
Yep.
They'll eat your hands.
Fingers.
Okay. All right. So the headline I have is actually not, it's crazy, but it's not so much funny. It doesn't have a lot of humor that we can really, something's gonna happen. Georgia policeman 25 died after being dragged by driver he fatally shot.
Wait, what?
Yes.
So
the headline is very insane, and it's not So it's not like such a mystery once you hear it in the details, but the way they worded it in the headline, it sounds like insane.
Yeah. Well, what are the
You ready?
details?
I'm getting to it, you asshat. So a Georgia police officer died on Thursday. This is on people.com, by the way, after being dragged by a car driven by a man he fatally shot. This police officer was named Joe Bursum. He worked for the Holly Springs Police Department, and he was only 25 years old in Georgia, and he had stopped a vehicle for speeding. It was at this one intersection in Georgia. It was Harmony Lake Drive and Hickory Road. This is at 11 p.m. At some point, the driver of the vehicle, they identified him, I think, as Ansy Dulce. It's Ansy. Ansy, I'm not sure. He attempted to escape in his car during the traffic stop. He ended up dragging Joe in the process until his vehicle crashed. As he was being dragged, Joe fired the shots at the driver, and that's what ended up killing him. The driver died by the shots that the policeman fired, and the policeman died because the guy was dragging him with his car. So they both killed each other in very strange way.
Like,
yeah,
I'm having trouble picturing the logistics of this.
yes.
So the policeman's being drugged by the car, and he shot the guy to death. He thought like
he fired multiple shots. Yeah.
While he was being drugged by the car?
I mean, I don't know how fast he was going. I don't know. It might not have been that fast. Let me see. It doesn't say.
Regardless, if you're being drugged by a car, why would you want to shoot the driver?
George. I mean, that's one way to make the vehicle stop. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean,
so they both were pronounced dead at the hospital later. They didn't die on scene. However, they both died as a result of the incident. One of them died from being dragged. I don't know if he was run over. I don't know. And then the other one died from gunshot wounds. So it's very, very crazy.
The Georgia police have not said whether the dragging or gunfire happened first.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, it does say during the incident, person fired shots at Dulce. So I assume this was after, but we really don't know what came first.
That's so fucking strange.
So we don't know if he fired first and the guy tried to flee after that, or what happened. We don't know. You would want to assume that the police officer was right and only reacted, but we really don't know. We weren't there. I'm not going to speak on behalf of either one. It's just a crazy incident.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. So very, very strange. Very weird. And I am going to do my case, which is actually not, it's not underreported. It's something that is known in the community when it comes to people that have covered true crime. It's more well known. You may not know about it, but I have known about it for a while. So I am going to
why you had to attack me like that, but okay.
What are you talking about?
People who are really in the know about it. I mean, I don't think you would, but I've known about it for some time.
I didn't mean it like that.
You. No, it's funny. I don't care.
Take nothing back. So.
Yes.
No, but just because you don't follow missing persons cases like I do. correct?
I mean, when you put it that way, that is correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. So this is what I'm sending you in the chat on here. I am doing the disappearance of Tara Leigh Calico, which is a really fucking cool last name. Super cool.
It's a type of cat.
Oh my God, no way. So she was born February. I'm an asshole. So February 28th of 1969, she lived in Belen, New Mexico. And
Did you just send me a picture of her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said I was, you know what, we're moving them.
So,
So
did you say that?
Yep.
I told you I'm having a rough time.
I'm glad I looked up how to pronounce the city because I would have thought it was Belen because it looks like Helen with a B.
Mm-hmm.
It is Belen. Which I don't even know how that works. But either way, Belen, New Mexico. She disappeared September 20th of 1988. And there are some really weird developments after she goes missing that I'll get to. And I will send you the pictures to go along with it because you need to see the pictures.
Okay.
So Tara left her home around 9:30 in the morning on September 20th. She was riding her bike along New Mexico State Road 47. Unfortunately, she did use the same route when she would ride her bike. So if anyone had been watching her or was frequenting that highway, that particular roadway, it's something where you would probably see her time and again, which is very unfortunate.
That shit is so scary, isn't it? Like thinking about like, I drive the same way to work every day. Someone could just like hide in the fucking bushes and pop out and shoot me.
I mean, is it all back roads?
I mean, why? Are you going to pop out of a bush and shoot me?
No, I don't have that kind of dedication. We've been over this. So also, yeah, no, regardless whether it's driving, if you're on a bike, if you're walking, you're prone to even more danger because you have less speed available to flee. That makes any sense?
It does make sense, but that was the weirdest way you could have put it.
Yeah, as I was saying it, I was like, wow, all right, this is...
You have access to less speed to flee. You sounded like a scientist trying to sound smart.
Sometimes I think I am.
No, you're very smart.
No.
But that was
Don't lie to me.
That was an interesting way to say that.
Yes. No, that's my MO. I prefer to be super fucking weird. Either way, so basically she habitually did this. This is something she did a lot. So if anyone with bad intentions were to also be around that area, they could watch her, see what time she normally leaves. If she leaves around the same time, they would always see where she's going. They would be able to watch her. And what is stalk isn't what I'm going for, but they could monitor her pretty easily, which is really terrifying. So Tara's mother, Patty, would go with her, but not always. So at this particular time, she didn't go with her because Patty I did these notes and I really fucked them up. So instead of putting a bike, I put Patty decidedly stopped riding her body with Tara.
Hey, oh no, wait, they're a mom and daughter, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Okay. God damn it. So no, Patty stopped riding her own bike with Tara because she actually felt like she was being stalked herself by an unknown motorist. Yes, you just fucking heard me correctly.
Dude, if I was riding bikes with someone and they were like, hey, don't you feel like we're being followed? I'm going to stop riding my bike.
Yeah.
Buy a fucking stationary bike.
Right? I mean, I hate the outdoors, so I love my stationary bike. the only outdoors that I do is the beach. That is it.
When I went to get Starbucks today, with as hungover as I am, I
Yeah.
stepped outside and the summer air felt so thick.
2 C's.
No,
No.
just regular thick. It was awful.
How thick is she? She's that regular thick.
Yeah.
Regular thick.
Yeah. Not the fun thick, just
Regular thick.
yeah, like not like a thick piece of cake. You're like,
I've
oh,
never
that,
described a piece of cake that way.
yeah, I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. Just continue.
How big of a slice of cake do you want? Oh, I want a thick piece of cake. Oh God. Patty did suggest to Tara that she carry mace, but unfortunately they didn't buy any. It didn't actually happen. It was a suggestion, and they never actually went and got mace. So Tara figured that she would be fine and didn't bring anything with her to protect herself. And I'm in no way blaming Patty. I mean, there's no way she could have possibly known that
Right.
this was going to happen. She felt a little bit strange, and teenagers aren't necessarily going to automatically do what you want them to do, no matter how much you plead with them. So I don't know. Wait, she's not a teenager. No, she is. What did I say? I think she's 7. Nope. 19.
You said she was born in 69?
She's 19. She's 19. So yeah, she's still a teenager. It's
You
just
said
really,
she was born in 69, right?
yeah.
And this is September 88?
Yes. She's 19.
Yeah.
It's just God, it's horrible. It's harder to kidnap multiple people. So honestly, I would have recommended, if you're concerned about something and you feel like it's not an activity you're going to do anyway, just bring people with you. Just go in groups. You're much safer that way. It's harder to kidnap multiple people than it is to kidnap, one person. Typically, they're going to go after someone that's alone.
Right.
But
yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
like, if you're going to kidnap someone, they need to be by themselves.
almost always. Yeah. It's
unless it's a
gonna...
group of you kidnapping another group. It's a numbers game, really.
I feel like that is a really crazy movie that plot idea. Multiple people kidnapping multiple people, and like this whole set.
Like, a group of people kidnapping other groups.
What if it was like a sorority version or a fraternity version of The Usual Suspects?
That'd be cool.
Oh, the movie.
What?
Oh, you said that'd be cool. I thought you said be cool, and I was like, excuse me. And then I was like,
oh no, I said that would be cool.
We also know how to communicate. Okay. So Tara asked her mother to come get her if she was still out riding her bike at noon. It's 9:30 when she left, so if she's been gone for 2.5 hours, she needs to have someone come get her. She had plans with her boyfriend to play tennis at around 12:30 that afternoon. Obviously, because I'm covering it, she did not come home, and therefore her mom went to look for her. After checking the usual route, she didn't find anything, so she immediately calls police. She doesn't even wait. She was already concerned about something happening, so she gets them involved immediately. The only clues and evidence found at first were pieces of Tara's Sony Walkman and a cassette tape.
Pieces of the Walkman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good. They were found along the road, and it's one she would have traveled. It wasn't unusual, like not an unusual road. It was definitely along the path she usually went on.
Okay.
Her mom, Patty, firmly believes that those items were left to mark a trail or give some indication she hadn't left willingly.
Oh.
So Tara was like, you may get me, but they'll know that this wasn't my idea.
That's
very smart. Like, if you can't control the situation, if you're outnumbered or just out like manpowered, out muscled. I don't know. If
Not
you can't,
muscled, yeah.
yeah, if you can't escape a situation, like at least leave something behind. So that was definitely smart on her part. Several people witnessed Tara Calico riding that route that day, as her bike was also oh, it's never been found. No, we've never found her bike, only the pieces of the cassette.
Mhm.
No one has come forward to say that they witnessed her abduction, and it wasn't like it was a deserted roadway. So
Right.
I don't know if she turned down a different street and they followed her, and then she managed
Yeah.
to toss the pieces out as they were driving back by, or what happened. But no one saw her get abducted. However, she's last seen at about 11:45, so like 15 minutes before her mom would have been
Mhm.
concerned. And there was a light colored pickup truck that was witnessed by enough people. It was possibly a 53 Ford with a camper shell on the back. It was following closely behind her. And you know how slow bikes go typically. So
Mhm.
it was following her, meaning it
Mhm.
wasn't just driving by, like it was
Right.
intentionally staying behind her. So that's concerning. That's gonna like alert people that something's going on.
That's
Yeah.
such an unnerving idea. Is like,
Very, very strange.
oh God, I hate that. Like
Mhm.
something, if you're on foot or you're on a bike and they're in a car and like you're like, oh shit, I better start speeding up. Well, you're not going to be doing like fucking 60 miles an hour like that car's going to.
Correct.
Like just basically knowing you can't outrun it is very scary to me.
It is. I don't know what was along the road that where she was riding her bike. Like, could she have gotten off the sidewalk and run to a house? Could she have? I
Right.
mean, she may not have even noticed. She had her. She was probably listening to her music, which is also
Yeah.
terrifying. Like that you could have no idea that someone's following you.
Right.
That's why I don't listen to music when I go places alone. I won't do it.
Mhm.
Everyone can do what they want to do, and I'm not saying you will get kidnapped, but I just don't take chances. It's just ugh. Anyway, so we then get to the next part, which is insane. June 15th of 1989. It's not even a full year later. I'm sending it to you because a Polaroid is found. It's in Port St. Joe, Florida, which is the other end of the country. It's on the East Coast now. It's found in a parking space outside a convenience store.
Oh, this is that fucking.
Yep,
Oh
this
shit.
is that case. Yep. So prior to finding the photo, a white windowless Toyota cargo van had been stopped at that same spot. The man that drove it looked to be in his 30s with a mustache. The contents of the photo are pretty anxiety inducing, and I will be posting it in a video or you can look it up. It's pretty well known at this point. A lot of people know about this photograph because it's terrifying. Whether it's a prank, whether it's real, no one knows. And it's believed that it could be Tara in the photograph,
Mhm.
but she's not alone. She's bound. She has duct tape over her mouth. So you can't see her mouth. You can only see her eyes. And you can see kind of her body and the way it's placed. It's lying on like a bed in like a camper or like an RV.
Yeah.
But she's not alone. There's a boy, a young boy next to her who's also bound and looking at the camera. And he looks like he's like 8, 9, 10. He's quite young.
Yeah. The other
Yeah.
part that's like really like it's almost like scarier to me that the two people in the picture don't look scared. Like both of them look like they're just tired of whoever is taking their picture. It looks like they're tired of their shit. You know what I mean? Like they don't look frightened in the photo, which like creeps me out because like they've been going through whatever they're going through for enough time that it's like almost normalized at this point.
Let me look at it again because
Like
from
he looks a little frightened. She just looks annoyed.
yeah, I mean, I didn't really think of it that yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
She looks very much dazed. There's no way to know. I don't know if it's her. I don't know what I think because if someone loses enough weight, is starved, is only given so much food, like your face could really thin out.
yeah.
So honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. Someone I think did a composite of what her face might look like underneath the I don't know why that was hilarious, but it was. Of what her face might look like under the duct tape. So if
Mhm.
I can find that, I'll post that as well. But yeah, so there's this van that shows up, and then the Polaroid is out there after they've left. So as I said, there are two people, a boy and what could possibly be Tara in the photograph. And it's just a very strange photo. Police tried to set up roadblocks, but were unsuccessful at finding the man or even the van. Officials at Polaroid checked forensically and determined the photo was taken after May of 1989. So it was a new photograph. It wasn't an old
Oh.
photograph. Mm-hmm. So it would have been taken that year within like a month. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
if it is her,
Yeah.
what?
Then she was likely still alive.
September through May?
Mm-hmm.
That's like 8, 9 months,
Yeah.
right?
It's at least 7 or 8. I think it's probably 8. I'm gonna go with 8. Because there was a particular type of film that was not available for the Polaroids until May of
Mm.
1989. It was a newer technology. The photo gets circulated, and friends of Tara's mom happen to call her after seeing it. Not only that, but parents of a missing individual from New Mexico thought the boy may have been their son as well. And his name was Michael Henley. Michael had disappeared in April of 1988, so 5 months before Tara vanished. They both vanished from New Mexico.
Jesus.
So that's where it gets really crazy that not only do they think they know who these people might be, but they're from the same state, disappeared around the same time. So that's insane.
And they were found in this was found in Florida, right?
Correct. And
That's
somehow this
fucked.
photo, yeah, it's so weird. So both sets of parents, or both Patty and Michael's parents, they met with investigators to examine the photo. Patty was convinced that it was Tara. What like I know there's like a sense of hope that sometimes parents will say that it is, even when it isn't, because they
Yeah.
really want it to be. And I have no way to know either way, but her reasoning included a scar on the leg of the woman that matched Tara, one that she had acquired from a car accident, and she saw it in the photo, and she was like, "No, that's my daughter. I'm 90% sure that's my daughter." Also, the book seen next to the woman in the photo is one of Tara's favorite books. It's by V.C. Andrews. It's called My Sweet Audrina. It should be in the picture. Um, so naturally, different investigative teams from around the world start looking at this photograph because it gets a lot of attention. Scotland
Right.
Yard in London, yes, Scotland Yard in London, they look it up and they side with Patty. And they're like, no, that's Tara. That's definitely Tara forensically, or like, because they look at her physicality based on
Uh-huh.
photographs of her, and then they look on at the person in the photo and they try and match it up to see if it could
Oh, okay.
based on like the facial features. And they agree with Patty. They definitely think it is. But then Los Alamos National Lab disagrees and they said no. And then there's the FBI who's like, who's to say? And they're inconclusive. So it's like there's like a whole range. So
Right.
Michael Henley's mother was almost certain as well that it was her boy. Um, the photo is hard for me to look at. It's terrifying. Even if it's not either of the people that we think it is, it's someone and they probably weren't having a good, you know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
likely not a prank. I don't think it's a prank, honestly. I just think that would be a really dumb prank.
That's a fucking dark prank.
Like, especially like someone of Tara's age, you would think maybe like hazing or something like that, but there's a boy in the picture also,
Yeah.
so it makes no sense. The likelihood that it is Michael is far less than that of Tara. His family was camping in the, I think in Zuni or Zuni Mountains in New Mexico when he vanished. His remains are actually found, so it was not Michael in the photograph. His remains were found about a year after the photo was found. He was 7 miles from the site and he probably died of exposure. Yeah. And that campsite was about 75 miles from where Tara was last seen. So even though they both disappeared relatively close to each other, they did find him. So his parents kind of have closure in that they were able to bury him and everything like that, but still a very sad ending. This is not the last photo that turns up in Port St. Joe, Florida. 2 decades later, in 2009, David Barnes, the police chief at the police department there, he receives some strange mail. He receives 2 letters, and I'm attaching these as well. So one is marked June 10th of 2009, and the other is marked August 10th of 2009. The letters came from Albuquerque, New Mexico. One letter had a photo printed on copy paper. These
are much scarier.
Yes, yeah. These photos actually aren't the ones I was thinking, but they are connected to the case in that they have surfaced over the years and people aren't sure if they could be her, if they could be people that did this to other people that also did it to Tara. But the photo I'm actually thinking of, I don't have it saved, you'll have to look it up, but it has a boy with sandy brown hair with ink marking over the mouth to mimic the look of duct tape, because we still don't know who this boy is.
Wait, what do I search to find this?
Search David Barnes, Barnes, 2009, Florida, I guess photo or letter. The second letter had an unaltered original image of the same boy. So August 12th of 2009, so that's about 2 days after the second letter arrives at the police department, a third letter shows up, and it's from Albuquerque as well. And it's basically the same as the one sent to David Barnes in June with ink over the photo, but now this person has sent it to a newspaper as well. So yeah, it's also in Port St. Joe, the newspaper that receives the photo. Okay. But all of this is coming from Albuquerque, New Mexico. No confirmation has been made between the photos, anything like that. There's no return address. Did you find the picture that I was talking about?
No, I couldn't. It was just pulling up pictures of some celebrity guy named David Barnes and pictures of David Letterman.
But y'all find it and I'll send it to you, or I'll post it on the Instagram. But basically there's this boy who could potentially be the one in the photo. But they mark up the picture and then they send the original picture, and it's just really fucking weird, and we still have no idea who this boy is, so it might have just been a prank. So I think the photo that I sent to you where it has the 2 women that look like they've been abducted or something happened, the one that's less clear and that just has the woman in the face, that shows up in Montecito, California. Her face is covered in tape and there's a light blue striped fabric that appears in the background. Some say that it is similar to the striped pillowcase seen in the original photo that might be Tara in the RV. It seems like it's a leap, but the photo's film has, let me see, it was not around until June of 1989. So it's still within the guidelines of the original photo. That ink is still plausibly the same time, same situation. And there's just a lot that goes on. You know, Tara's mom obviously sees the Montecito photo, and she also thinks that it could be her daughter, but it's really hard to know for sure. They were much grainier photos back then, so getting a positive ID is going to be a lot harder. There's another tip that comes in 2008. It's Valencia County Sheriff Rivera there in New Mexico receives this tip involving Tara's disappearance. 2 teens reportedly had been following her closely in a truck. In haste or simply recklessness, they might have struck Tara unintentionally and panicked. The teens then covered up the crime after Tara later died as a result. Direct names have not been given, but in the absence of a body, he was unable to properly investigate or press charges. So obviously this really upset the father, including, or actually Tara's stepfather, but it upset the family.
Yeah.
Who's like, you just should have kept your mouth shut. Like, why did you even bring this up if you're not even able to investigate it? So you just brought up this lead that went nowhere. So now we think she got hit by a car, but we don't know.
Christ.
So yeah. These are the additional details of the disappearance of Tara Leigh Calico. She had brown hair, hazel eyes. She was about 5'5" to 5'7". She was about 115 to 120 pounds. She had a scar on the back of her right shoulder, a dime-sized brown birthmark on the back of one of her legs, and she wore some white shorts, a white tee, and the shorts also had green stripes on them, and she had white and turquoise Avia tennis shoes. It's Avia. Avia. I have no idea.
It's a brand.
It's a brand, yeah. But those are the details of Tara's disappearance. It's pretty well known. However, I know that not everyone knows about it, so I definitely wanted to bring it up. And the fact that the Polaroid is involved.
Not everyone knows about it.
You're a dick. There you fucking go, guys. Congratulations. I'm tired. I get nothing.
Me either.
Yeah. I thought we were going to do the first bonus episode today, but that's going to have to wait.
Yeah, we're both dying.
Yeah, I'm very tired. We do have to figure that out, though.
All right.
But we will see you guys next week in episode 22. However, we should thank all of our patrons, because we greatly appreciate you guys, all 7 of you now. That's insane.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yes. So thank you to Kristen, Amanda, Autumn, Corey, Judicator, Midwest Mystery Files, aka Jeremiah, and Zane.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys. You know where to find us, Dear Friends Dead Ends Pod on Instagram. It has the links to everything that you need, including our Patreon if you guys want to join. We are putting out bonus content. Yeah. Right.
We appreciate all of you.
We do. Even
spread
just
the
listening.
word.
Yes. Even just listening is amazing. We really do appreciate you guys. The fact that there's more than 2 of you each week is a miracle.
Well, I was thinking about it because we passed 1,000 downloads overall, right?
Oh, that's right. That was hilarious. I posted this thing on Facebook about how we hit
Oh,
1,000
right.
1,000 downloads, and I was like, yeah. And then Cody was like, this is how I find out.
What the fuck? You didn't tell me?
And I was like, oh shit, it was a long day. I'm sorry.
But like, regardless, that's cool as hell because I mean, I imagine that they're not like perfectly spaced out. Like, it's probably not an even number of downloads on each of the episodes,
right?
But that works out to like 50 downloads for every episode, which is pretty goddamn cool.
It is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I honestly, it's incredible. And I can only imagine we'll probably keep growing and getting better at podcasting and the bonus content and just being better people on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
on the
no, I
podcast.
have no problem improving myself for the podcast alone. In
Mhm.
my normal daily personal life, I will continue to be exactly who I am right now.
Shit stick.
And it's not great.
Shocker. Plot
All
twist.
right. Again, we really do appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we're just tired. I'm sorry. Yeah, but we love you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. And of course, the bonus content, which will be sometime this week.
I'm gonna go take a nap
Mhm.
at 7:00 at night.
Okay. All right. Thank
All
you
right.
guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.